Alright everyone, the downfall is real. Yes, I'm talking about Grow a Garden. This game might be experiencing the biggest fall off of all time. So basically, if you don't know, a few months ago, this game called Grow a Garden blew up for its simplicity and addictive playstyle. A lot of players were playing this game and they loved it. And it kind of brought in a lot of views, and it topped 22 million players with the live event. Concurrent player count 22 million. That's more than any game in the history of gaming. That is an insane number. But what happened? And why is the game dying? Well, in today's video, I'll be explaining everything that's happening, from the economy crashing all the way to it just getting boring. Alright, one of the main reasons this game is falling off is because of the economy, like I just stated. What do I mean by economy exactly? Well, you see, players are not in the thousands, they're not in the millions, not even in quadrillions or quintillions. You know what players are in? The sextillions. That is absolutely insane. And if the economy's broken, why would people need to play it? They already have everything in the game. They have an ungodly amount of stuff, of money. They have so much stuff. They have the greatest plants, they have the greatest mutations, they have massive stuff. And why else would they need to play the game? They already have everything, so much money. It could last them the rest of their life. It's an actual absurd number that these players have. And yes, it is because of admin abuse events. These things are what brought in the players. Is what got it such an insane concurrent player count, because they wanted to be there for the event, of course. Hosted by Chandel, of course. The man who brought this game back to life. And if you don't know what I'm saying, back to life, I'll tell you about it. Alright, so this is a 16-year-old. His name is BMW Lux. Very ambitious dude. He wants to make a game, okay? So he comes up with this thing. It's called Grow a Garden. And yes, he is the one who made the game. It wasn't Jandal like most people say. So yes, he goes ahead, makes the game. And not much happens for a little bit. He gets not that great of a player count. Stuck in the hundreds, maybe even under the hundreds sometimes. But then what happened? Well, you see, Jandal, the guy who owns Grow a Garden as of today, he saw potential in the game. So what did he do? Of course, he went ahead and did the only reasonable thing. He bought the game from BMW Lux. And what did he do? Well, he turned it into an absolute utopia of the average idle stuff, like pets, eggs, all that kind of stuff, you name it. And it racked in all the players. It brought in admin abuse, live events, which was very insane. Players like that kind of stuff. So of course it racked in a bunch of players, hundreds, thousands, and eventually it rose up to the millions. Every single day, Grow a Garden would have a concurrent player count of somewhat around 3 million. And that is insane numbers, guys. That is insane. Every second of the day, more than 3 million people are playing a game about flowers and fruits and vegetables. That's insane. Well, it was so addictive, in fact, that it even got to the highest concurrent player count in gaming history. 22 million. And you know why? For an admin abuse event, of course. People like live events. People love live events. That's how Grow a Garden became so massive. It's because Jandal started this whole live event thing, which racked in a bunch of players. So now you know the backstory. But now, why is it falling off? The main reason the game is dying is because of the repetitiveness. maybe it's not completely fallen off just yet, but it's still not keeping up to what it once was. What used to be 5 million and 3 million is now around 900k. I'm not saying the game is completely dead, but at the rate things are going, it might be gone in a few months. Like, it went all the way from such high player counts. Now, people are barely even hyped about admin abuse. This all happened after the Sammy event, and all that economy stuff, all that crazy stuff happened. And after that, it just got repetitive and boring. People started to realize this pattern and realized, hey, why should we play this game if we already have everything? If we just do the same thing over and over, aren't we trapped in an endless loop? So once players realized this, of course, they moved on to different games which were more fun and less repetitive, like Feel a Brain Rot, which would definitely catch children's short attention spans. And 99 Nights in the Forest, of course, that game is like absurdly fun because there's so much to do and explore, but in Grow a Garden, you plant your flowers and it's kind of just the same thing over and over. Another main reason it's falling off is because kids have school, so they don't have the time to just sit there and grind games like Grow a Garden. They can just sit there and wait for hours for the seed shop to restock. So why do it in the first place? And that is exactly why half of the concurrent player count, more than half in fact, decided to move on, which is insane. And I do feel bad for the game. Jandal did try his hardest, but it wasn't enough to feed the child's short attention spans, and it just couldn't keep up with trend and what was popular. That is why it is having a major fall off. Alright everyone, if you did watch to the end, I really want to thank you. Our recent views have been going crazy, with my Minecraft video getting over 100 views, my Roblox 99 Nights classes tier list over 200 views. That is great. That is awesome, and I love that. Thank you for all the recent support, guys. And if you do enjoy this type of content, please tell me in the comments. It helps me out a ton. And please make sure you like and subscribe. That also helps me out a ton. And just again, thank you. Bye, see you in the next one.